Final 1,600, and you heard, if you've been shopping with us for a little while, you know what's happening. We're getting to the point of the season where these things are selling out and they're not going to be available anymore. Sometimes these are called coneflowers, which a lot of us know them by. This is a 3-piece live plant set that we're getting you. And I understand, Derek, that Roberta's is one of the first growers in the country to offer this specific SunSeekers Echinacea.
That's right. These are brand new on the market. They are awesome. They are unlike the traditional coneflowers because you're going to notice, first and foremost, these are thick, layered flowers. They're actually what we call double flowered. You can see there that side profile.
Yeah.
A traditional coneflower, it's flat. It's just one ring of petals. Here you've got multiple layers of petals. So that means just more flower power, thicker. They're voluptuous. They're something that you would actually want to bring inside the house as a cut flower. Traditional coneflowers are not that pretty. Secondarily, this collection, Pat, they're almost color changing because you're going to see all kinds of colors off just one plant. A lot of sunset hues, but different varieties of those. And that's what I love about this. So what we love about coneflower is that coneflower is native to North America. It's great for all of our pollinators and even the birds. Like finches will eat the seeds at the end of the season.
Okay.
But what we don't love about traditional coneflower is they don't look that good, and they're really not something you want to have in the garden. This, on the other hand, look at all the flowers. First and foremost, these are going to bloom like crazy for you in the garden. And then second of all is that those blooms are truly spectacular flowers.
Now the leaves feel sort of sticky. Does that mean
so they're not sticky, but yeah, so deer do not like these. Actually, what it is it's a sort of roughness to it. Almost like a gentle sandpaper. And yeah, that is going to prevent all these animals from eating your coneflowers. And I'm going to pick one off here for you because I really want you to look closely at these flowers and how beautiful they really are. So this is just a pink, but look at
the center.
Yeah, look at the center. And so there's pollen in that ring. So your bees love that, and the butterflies. And then as you come out here, you see these brightly colored petals. And then look at this side profile. Look at how thick that is. That is totally unlike a traditional coneflower. Now these little things in the middle here, these actually turn into seeds, and don't cut these down at the end of the year. Leave these standing up because little birds will come and bite these out when they're really hungry in the middle of the winter time.
Yeah.
So you feed
sort
your
of like
pollinators.
a sunflower has the seeds in the middle.
Exactly. You feed pollinators in the summer and then the birds in the winter. And that's
cool.
what's so fun.
Yeah, that's really, really awesome. Okay, so what am I going to get? How much sun do I need? Help me with that, please.
Okay, so you're getting 3 plants in these 3.5-inch containers here.
Okay.
These love full sun. They are called SunSeekers for a reason.
That makes sense.
They love the sun. Put them in the full sun. You're going to get tons of flowers. What I love to mention is that these are big, hefty plants. So this plant right here will grow into this by the first season.
By the first season.
And you're going to have 3 like this. So think about that. That's what we love about these. These grow quick, they grow big, and they get bigger and better every single year. You may also get some freebies because they could self-seed for you.
Yeah.
And that's very fun. But this is something that, you know, they're not as tall as the traditional coneflowers or echinacea that you might be familiar with, which is a good thing. So they're not going to have just a bunch of stems. On the other hand, because of that, you could have these in a container now, which you couldn't do ordinarily. There's Eric growing them in the greenhouse. You can see those. They're so thick, they almost look like a dahlia.
They do. They do.
And that's what's so fun about these, because it totally changes the game of what we believed echinacea were. So there you go again, fresh, pristine. There's some of those sunset hues.
The sunset hues
and
are beautiful.
This idea of like color changing, because that's all one type of echinacea, but you see all the different colors that you're going to get from this collection. And as the flower matures, they get different colors too. And so, you know, one thing about these is the cone. Sometimes they're a little flat in the middle, and sometimes they're more cone shaped. And sometimes that just happens as the flower develops too. You might think, oh, they don't look like a cone flower, but a lot of these look flat. But in the next photo we have, we'll see some more progressed.
More of a dome center.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
you can
tends
see
to
with Steph. Yeah.
form once that they're finished flowering.
Oh, okay.
And so those are the pieces that I'm saying leave on the plant. And so here's some fun facts about these though.
Okay.
An echinacea, once you get this in the ground the first year and you've watered it in, you do not have to worry about watering these. They are one of the most, if not the most drought hardy perennials in the garden. They can also handle winters down to minus 25 below zero.
Ooh.
And the high heat. You can grow these in the entire country. And last but not least, that these are something that when you get them in the ground, they're going to live for years and years.
Okay.
It is personally one of my favorite perennials to have because they're so low maintenance. They're deer resistant, they're disease resistant, and you're going to get these huge, huge flowers for about 4.5 months every single season.
See, that's exactly what you want. And I love, we talked so much today about gardening, and you all get it. Like, I am so excited for my things to come, and I think you are too. And we're planting your garden today, and everything will come when it's time for you to actually put it into your container or in the ground, whatever you're going to be doing with said plant that you just ordered. But you're giving us things that build upon themselves, that aren't terribly fussy. I mean, you need to babysit a little bit the first year, and you'll have the wonderful grow guide, so you'll know exactly what you're doing. You fertilize them, and then they come back miraculously year after year, and they get better year after year.
That's so right. And I am holding this up. It's optional with these because they don't mind rocky, unnutritious soil. However, if you do fertilize them, you will notice a big difference. I like to fertilize every 3 or 4 weeks.
Really, every 3 or 4 weeks. That's not bad. I mean, think about that. We can do that every 3 to 4 weeks, but look at the payback on that. 3-piece, these are SunSeekers Echinacea for you. Just beautiful.